Kristen here, and we're going to do a salt craft today. So this is going to be better for kids that are at least 5 or 6, just because they need to be able to hold the glue. You're going to need salt, liquid glue, and something for coloring. So you can either have paint or you can have food coloring. So I have done one project. You do need a piece of paper. I've done one project where I created a flower myself, and I printed another paper off the computer, and I'm gonna trace that. So you can make your own design, like a flower or a fish or a tree or a dinosaur, or you could freehand it and just make it up as you go along. So I have this printed picture of a fish, and I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to follow the outline of the fish. So I'm going to follow the outline of the fish. This is kind of tough if you have 3 and 4-year-olds, but something that they could do with a little bit of help. So I've outlined the fish. Now I'm also going to outline the fins of the fish. So here we go. There's the fish, he's outlined. This fish has a couple of stripes, so I'm gonna add his stripes in there. And his eyeball. And now I'm ready. So I'm gonna take the salt, and I would advise that instead of pouring salt straight onto the glue, you put the salt in your hand. That limits the salt spill. Underneath my paper, I have a piece of wax paper or baking paper so that it makes it easier to clean up. So I have my salt, I pour it in my hand, and then I'm gently gonna shake the salt all over my picture, this time of a fish. Do a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more until I feel like I have all of the fish covered with salt. Shake it off, and then very, very gently, I'm going to shake the salt that didn't stick to the glue off onto the paper. Now, you have to let this dry. So you let it dry tonight, and then tomorrow it will all be ready to be colored. So here's the one that I started yesterday. It's my flower, and you can do 2 things. You can either paint your flower or your fish, or whatever your creation is, maybe your dinosaur. You can paint it. And the other option is that if you take a little bit of food coloring and put it in water, and all you have to do is take a paintbrush or a Q-tip and dab it in there just a little bit. You don't want it to be very wet. And you can even tap it off on your paper so that it doesn't melt all your salt and glue away. So when you have just a little bit of color on the end, and I have before just dissolved it in water. That's about the best way. And you can put it on straight onto the salt, just like you're painting. You just have to tap it on there real easily. The more watery it is, the better that it works. So then you have a colored salt creation. So here's the beginning of my flower turning blue. And here's my fish that will dry overnight to be colored later. Good luck. Have fun.